Now, if you take a look at the screen, we have the function. If you want to take the derivative of f of g of s using chain rule, it is going to be the derivative of f, which is the first function, then multiply by g of s, then multiply by the derivative of the second function. And also, if we have a function raised to a power, using chain rule, it is going to be the power multiplied by the function, then we're going to subtract 1 from the power. Chain rule is also called the outside to inside rule, because we are always going to start from the outside function, then we're going to move to the inside function. So this is what we know as chain rule. So without wasting much time, let's take a look at some examples. You are going to understand this better with an example. So let's take a look at the first example. Now let's say we have a function y is equal to the square root of ln of s. Now I want to find the derivative of this function using chain rule. What you need to do is you need to try to write this in a way you can easily understand, or you need to try to write this in a way you can easily take the derivative using chain rule. So what we are going to do is we are going to rewrite the square root of ln of s. We are going to rewrite this as y is equal to ln of s then raised to the power of 1 over 2, because the square root of ln of s can also be written as ln of s raised to the power of 1 over 2. Now, using this, as you can see, this is in the form of u raised to the power of n. So it's going to be the power, which is 1 over 2. So this is going to be y prime, which is the derivative, is equals to 1 over 2, then multiply by ln of s. Then we are going to subtract 1 from the power. So 1 over 2 minus 1. This is going to give us negative 1 over 2. Then now we need to multiply this by the derivative of, we need to multiply this by the derivative of the inside function. I forgot to mention this here. We need to write multiply by u prime. This is the chain rule. So what is the derivative of ln of s? The derivative of ln of s is going to be 1 over s. So the final answer is going to be y prime is equal to, now we can write 1 over 2 multiply ln of s raised to the power of negative 1 over 2. We can write this as 1 over 2 multiply the square root of ln of s, then multiply by, because we are going to take the reciprocal of this. So taking the reciprocal of this is going to be 1 over 2 multiply the square root of ln of s, then multiply by s, because as you can see, we are also having s at the denominator. So if you want to write this, this is going to be y prime is equal to 1 over 2s, then multiply the square root of ln of s. So this is the final answer. So let's take a look at another example. Let's say we have y is equal to ln of sine s. I want to take the derivative of this function. Like I said, the chain rule, this is the outside to inside rule. So we're going to start from the outside function, then we're going to move to the inside function. We're going to say ln of sine s, this is 1 over sine s. So we are starting from the outside, so it's going to be ln of s. Whenever you see ln of any function and you want to take the derivative of that function, what you need to do is you need to take it as 1 over the inside function, then multiply by the derivative of sine s. What is the derivative of sine s? This is cosine s. So this is going to be cosine s, then divided by sine s. So this is going to be cosine s over sine s. So this is going to be the answer. So let's take a look at another example. So let's say we have y is equal to the square root of s minus 2, then raised to the power of 7. So we are going to use chain rule. So as you can see, it is in this form. So it's going to be the power. We are going to take the power. We are going to move it to the front. So this is going to be 7 multiply then the square root of s minus 2. Then we have to subtract 1 from the power. So this is going to be 7 minus 1, which is 6. Then multiply by the derivative of the inside function. So what is the derivative of square root of s minus 2? Now we can write the square root of s as s raised to the power of 1 over 2. And the derivative of s raised to the power of 1 over 2, this is going to give us 1 over 2. Then multiply s raised to the power of negative 1 over 2. And derivative of 2 is a constant. So derivative of any constant is always equal to 0. So we are going to rearrange this. Now if we arrange this, this is going to be equal to 7 multiply the square root of s minus 2. Now if you take the reciprocal of this, of 1 over 2 multiply s raised to the power of negative 1 over 2, this is going to be, now this is going to be at the bottom, and s raised to the power of negative 1 over 2 is going to be at the denominator. So we are going to have 2 then multiply by s raised to the power of 1 over 2, which we know as the square root of s. So this is 2 multiply the square root of s. So this is going to be the final answer. Let's take a look at another one. So this is example 4. So let's say we have y is equal to e raised to the power of sine s. Now how can we evaluate this using chain rule? So whenever you have a natural log raised to a power, or whenever you have e raised to a power and you want to take the derivative of this using chain rule, it is going to be e raised to this power then multiply by the derivative of the power. So derivative of sine s is going to give us cosine s. So this is multiplied by cosine s. So this is it. This is the answer. So let's take a look at another one. So this is example 5. So let's say we have y is equal to, sine multiply tangent then multiply s raised to the power of 4. Now how can we take the derivative of this function using chain rule? Like I said, chain rule is the outside to inside rule. So we're going to start from the outside function, then we're going to move to the inside function. So this is y prime is equal to, so what is the derivative of sine? Because sine is the outside function, right? So what the derivative of sine is going to give us cosine. So this is cosine. Then you need to multiply this by the inside function. So this is cosine multiply tangent s raised to the power of 4. Now we're going to move to the inside function. So the next value we have is tangent. What is the derivative of tangent? The derivative of tangent is secant square. So this is multiplied by secant square. Then we have to write the inside value. That is the next value, which is s raised to the power of 4. So this is secant square multiply s raised to the power of 4. Then the last value we have is s raised to the power of 4. So what is the derivative of s raised to the power of 4? This is going to give us 4s raised to the power of 3. So this is multiplied by 4s raised to the power of 3. So this is basically the answer. You don't need to simplify your answer further. This is the answer. So let's take a look at one more example. So this is the 6th example. Now let's say we have y is equal to s divided by 1 plus s then raised to the power of 4. I want to use chain rule to find the derivative of this function. So this is going to be y prime is equal to, now it is going to be the power. As you can see, the power is 4. So we're going to move the power to the front. So this is going to be 4 multiplied by the inside function, which is s over 1 plus s. Then we have to subtract 1 from the power. So 4 minus 1 is going to give us 3. Then now we have to multiply this by the derivative of the inside value, or the derivative of the inside function. So what is the inside function? As you can see, the inside function is s over 1 plus s. So we are going to take the derivative of s over 1 plus s. Now this is where we are now going to use the quotient rule. As you can see, we are having the quotient of two functions. So we are going to use quotient rule to find the derivative. And you all know the quotient rule. If we have if we have the quotient of two functions, u over v, the derivative using the quotient rule is going to be v, which is the bottom function, multiplied by derivative of the top function, which is u prime, then minus u, which is the top function, then multiplied by the derivative of the bottom function, then divided by the bottom function square. So this is going to be equal to, so what is v? V is basically 1 plus s. As you can see, this is v. So this is going to be 1 plus s, then multiplied by u prime, which is the derivative of the top function. Derivative of s is basically 1. So this is multiplied by 1. Then minus u. What is u? U is s, as you can see. So this is going to be s, then multiplied by v prime, which is the derivative of the bottom function. Derivative of 1 plus s, this is basically going to give us 1 because derivative of 1 is 0 and derivative of s is 1. So 1 plus 0 is 0, okay? So this is 1. Sorry, 1 plus 0 is 1. What am I saying? 1 plus 0 is 1. I'm sorry for that. So this is s multiply 1. Then divided by v squared. So this is going to be 1 plus s, then raised to the power of 2. So if we evaluate 4 multiply s over 1 plus s, then all raised to the power of 3, this is basically 4s cubed then divided by 1 plus s cubed. So what I did is I distribute the power. I distribute this to the numerator and I distribute this to the denominator as well. So this is going to be multiplied by, so as you can see, 1 plus s multiply 1 is 1 plus s, then minus s. So this is 1 plus s, then minus s, then divided by 1 plus s squared. So if we evaluate this, this is 4s cubed, then divided by 1 plus s cubed, then multiplied by, as you can see, we're having s minus s, so this is going to cancel out. So we now have 1 over 1 plus s squared. So if we multiply this, the numerator is basically going to be 4s cubed because this is multiplied by 1, then divided by 1 plus s cubed multiply 1 plus s squared. As you can see, the base are similar, the base are same. What we need to do is we need to take one of the base and add up the exponent. So it's going to be 1 plus s, then raised to the power of 3 plus 2, which is 5. So this is going to be 1 plus s, then raised to the power of 5. So this is going to be the final answer using chain rule. So this is how we can use chain rule to find derivative of any functions.